What's
upset
good?
that we
I'm here.
reacted too mildly to the accusations. Is that correct?
I think it was your initial statement, Pokey, where you seemed to be adding dissent to what Train said, and you you casted doubt. You were like,
Not only
this is
dissent,
Train.
not only dissent, but dismissal. Dismissal of it.
There was an initial dissent, dismissal, whatever word.
What I said.
Yeah, because you can pull up the clip, and I didn't bring any of this up. I'm just tagging in because some of the shit going on here is a little weird. You understand me?
Yeah,
what's going on here?
I
is
think
the
he's just trying to find anything and everything he can. But
if this was news about xQc and I, you would have attacked it and went to it as if it's the truth without fact checking. But suddenly, when it's information about a friend, you don't need fact checking or looking to it or give the benefit of the doubt to it. You literally sit there and you play dumb and play stupid, and you don't want it to be true. Therefore, you play dumb.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Wait.
When shit comes up about
that's slanderous, dude. I'm sorry.
Slanderous. It's slanderous. That's your entire community's brand, your vocal community's brand, at least. Slanderous. That's all you guys
do with this, my man.
Listen,
I don't know what's going on. You're lashing out at demons again.
Can I please?
Lashing out at demons. No, you know exactly what you do. All of you.
Crazy.
All of you. All you care about is.
Adrianah wants to be on.
Like a minute,
go ahead, Pokey. Sorry, and then Adrianah wants to be on the call as well.
I want to start off by saying, I 1000% stand with the victims. I completely believe everything that they've said, and I'm so sorry if the way that I initially reacted showed otherwise. And I'm so sorry if I dismissed you, Train. That was not my intention. In the moment, I was so tunneled on what we were discussing, which was just gambling, and
don't even go after Pokey for saying,
guess, like, having
she's
something else
backpedaling.
brought up, which, by the way, if anyone
that's all that
was
matters.
watching
What she's doing right now
yesterday,
is the right thing.
full
That's all that matters. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't understand if you were accusing Miz of doing something or Miz's friends.
Yeah.
Like, that was just me not knowing the details and not understanding. But regardless, I think if you had permission to bring those things to light, then it's good that you did. And it is always good to push these people out of communities.
Yeah.
How are we still using? How are we still using the wording? If you had permission, like, why are we still on that gate?
Oh, because I do not know the details regarding everything that happened.
Right, but see, this is my point. But this is my point. If you guys don't know, you keep saying you didn't know the details. That's why you didn't want to go in, right?
No, I'm saying even now I don't. I just hopped on Hasan and xQc streams like 5 minutes ago. I heard someone talking about you having the green light or you not. I do recall. When you initially tweeted that out, all I had seen right away was a lot of people were saying, you shouldn't say this without the person's permission. Like, you know, there was a lot of contention. And even now, I don't know where everything landed.
But do you not find it odd, in the light of this information, people are jumping to that I shouldn't say it without the permission? They're not looking at the bigger picture. Do you understand? They should have, wait for me, they should have assumed I had the permission, went at it, and then came and questioned if I had the permission later on, once they held the person accountable that was in question for the more serious accusation. Do you understand?
I think considering
to put
how
me in front of it and say,
the internet
people
functions,
are trying to find
both of those things will happen at once. You know what I mean?
People are trying to find any way to add dissent and to pump this entire thing with disinformation to try and muddy the waters.
But we didn't do that.
But you did. You sat there questioning, oh, isn't this old news? Oh, isn't this the old stuff?
Because we didn't know what you were talking about, Train. You vague posted about a sexual assault accusation that wasn't yours.
If you don't know, then you don't speak on it.
That is what I did. That is what I said.
I understand what you're saying, and I understand why that would be frustrating from your perspective. Can you understand from an objective perspective why you speaking on someone else's experience, of course people will want more details because it's
on
not
the contrary
coming from that
but don't go against it.
Wait, xQc, wait. Let me respond to Pokey, please. On the contrary, can you view and see objectively why the individual in question was scared, especially with the size of her platform?
Yes.
And the person in question size of his platform.
1,000%.
And why she did not want to speak on it and needed somebody large enough to speak on it for her.
Yes, absolutely. Train, if you had come out with a twit longer and you said, hey, I have permission from this person, this is what happened, and like we could get all of that information in one go, of course you should be believed 1,000%. My point was just in this moment, I'm like tunneled, yelling about gambling.
Yeah, it's easy
and I
in
see
hindsight.
A tweet, I didn't even
It's easy in
understand
hindsight to tell us this. But in that moment, if I wasn't in the position, if I wasn't the creator that I was, do you understand? the way you guys reacted to it in that moment, it would have destroyed anyone else. Do you understand?
Yes.
It would have put so much question and dissent and goddamn muddying of the waters. No, this is what causes.
Usually accusations, at least from my perspective, should be taken seriously.
Initial tweets would have completely collapsed the system that was in place. That's
okay. Here's a question I have though. Train,
I don't know what that's talking about.
Did you not tweet it twice? I might be mistaken here. Please do not assume that I'm being uncharitable towards you. Did you not tweet twice about it?
Twice about what?
The same thing. I thought you might have actually tweeted twice about, or like clarify, like provide additional clarification.
Oh, you're referring to my response to the tweet? Yes, I did.
Yeah. So the thing is, why do you think you felt the need to do that?
Crazy.
And by the way, once again, I did commend you yesterday.
Did you read?
You know,
my response to my response?
No, he's just
the last thing says as it read. Because it did read clearly. Do you understand? Like this thing we're doing.
You can say that, but if you're writing another clarifying tweet, like,
do you not find it extremely disingenuous that now you're attacking the wording of my tweet, and that's why you were
we're trying to offer you feedback on why we were confused about your vague
and I'm
posting
offering
about
you
a serious
feedback,
sexual assault accusation,
and I'm offering you
cover-up.
feedback that if you don't know, don't say anything, and stop trying to backpedal and start talking about.
There's no
it was the
backpedaling
vague
happening
posting.
Here. It's just we're front pedaling.
You're not front pedaling. You're not front pedaling.
No, we're human beings.
You reacted.
We're human beings that are getting tone policed right now from someone who actually did a good thing. Yeah, this is some SJW shit. Someone who did a good thing. You did a good thing. Okay? The execution of it may have been flawed, but ultimately you did a good thing.
What? The execution was flawed? Maybe because of your interference with it.
You responded to Miskiff saying you were a scammer about
irrelevant.
How the fuck? What do you mean?
It is
you think that's
irrelevant.
the best way to do this?
You're making this about me now. It is irrelevant. What?
If you're trying to analyze if you're trying to analyze why we were so confused as we were, no, you are. You're inferring that our confusion somehow indicates complacency or we're complicit. Okay?
I did not
Our
say you're complicit.
Our confusion was warranted in that circumstance. And Poki didn't even say anything else. But I literally said, I'm going to cover this when I have more details. I don't know what's going on.
That should have been the initial reaction.
That is the initial reaction.
No, that was the initial secondary reaction.
That is
your
the initial
reaction. Acting dumb, playing dumb, and being confused about it. That was your initial. Your secondary was you need to get more information. Your initial should have been you need to get more information. And then after you got the information, that is when you can act however you'd like to act. Do you understand? You acted before getting the information.
Adrianah as well. She wants to come on.
She's more than welcome to in my perspective. But also, like,
the main victim
if you guys want to continue
yes,
to
I know. I'm just clarifying to everyone that I'm doing that right now.
I feel like I've kind of said my piece.
But you also think that you were wrong and apologize. I'm thankful for that. I'm sorry I came at you really hard. Okay, I apologize for what I said. It probably won't be the same between you, but I'm sorry about that. But you apologizing means a lot.
All good. Well,
trying to do a game show at the end of the month. You let me know, Poki.
There you go.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, Adrianah.
How are you?
Hi. Good. Well, I guess as good as I can be.
Yep.
So I'm confused as to like what the argument is here.
Being crazy, but I think the initial point is valid. But you know, you're the person at hand. You have the most to say about it. So I think we should mute up. Just let you
I think essentially when me and Hasan were talking about gambling stuff, and we had been following kind of the tweets that people were doing, and then Miz responded to Train, and then Train responded to Miz about what had happened to you. Me and Hasan at the time, or at least I'll just speak for myself, I didn't really understand what he was saying exactly. I wasn't sure if he was accusing Miz of SA or Slick or the context in general. And so the way that we reacted, Train and xQc found that dismissive of the situation. I really hope you didn't feel that way. I know it's very,
let me
very...
watch the clip.
clip this.
That's what it was about.
So he's talking about something that Slicker might have done.
No, not
right?
Slicker. Crazy Slick.
Oh, Slick. Something that Crazy Slick might have done. But that's still not Miz, you know?
No, I think he's just trying to find anything and everything he can, but
Your
it's
friend
also...
did some weird shit that I heard about. Okay.
Yeah, but...
I think that's what she's watching. Yeah, she apologized.
What is it? AdrianahLee tweeted and said,
I can see...
realest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
When did all these virtue signaling narcissists...
I've been trying to follow along with the streams, obviously, of why everyone's arguing. But I can see why xQc is saying that it seems dismissive, because in cases of sexual assault and harassment, when women come out, the first initial reaction normally is dismissive. Whether that is the right reaction or not, we don't know. But obviously, a lot of people, especially when it first came out, they don't want to assume that their friend is a creep. Nobody wants to assume their friend or someone that they're close with or someone that they do business with is a bad person. No one wants to assume that. So obviously, initial reactions will be dismissive. And in a lot of these clips, I have heard dismissive reactions. And in that case, I talked to Hasan yesterday about it, saying, hey, I don't like how last time this came out, it seemed like you were pandering. We went through that situation, we cleared it up, and he was saying, well, why now chat's calling me names, blah, blah, blah. And we understood that, like, the way it was worded, and he unfortunately was the example that was made out of these bigger streamers who constantly pander because they do not want to be excluded from these big streamer groups. And I apologize to Hasan for making him as an example, because I did make him an example in my stream.
No, it's okay.
There's no need to apologize.
But
in my opinion, from her. Go ahead.
But
no,
I don't understand.
Go ahead.
No, say what you have to say, Hasan.
No, the reason why I said that is because, to clarify what you were saying, people were implying that I was involved somehow or had prior knowledge when I didn't.
I understand why they're saying that, because it's weird, and I said in the chat that, like, this tweet is so vague. It is the most vague tweet, and as I said, as a person who was forced to be silent about this for a long time, obviously I'm not going to sit there and tweet, guys, remember when Slick touched me when I was sleeping? Like, I'm not going to tweet anything that, like, sub-tweets that, refers to that, because I know that's going to put me in a bad situation. So even this thing is like where Train says, you know who we're talking about. Like, it's kind of like a little inside thing between me and Train, since we've been talking about this for the past year consistently whenever, like, something gets brought up. So I just thought people could have thought that, because it's weird how you knew what it was right away. And people could have thought that for the same reason as to why a lot of people knew about this situation and didn't come out. I'm sick of everybody coming at X and coming at Train saying, you guys knew, you were waiting for the right time to drop it. It was the right time to drop it, because if it was dropped any other time, and I'll tell you this, if it was dropped any other time, it would have gotten pushed under the rug just like it was before.
100%, exactly. Okay. The politics at play here, y'all know, you guys know the politics at play. You guys know don't train me. You guys know that if it's dropped at any time, any other time, you guys do your bullshit little politics. Oh, it must be some sort of revenge play. It is politics, dirty politics. It is muddying you. So this bullshit you play about, why did he do it now? That is a cop-out. It is a cop-out, and it is moving away from the main point, which is her story, and that's the bullshit.
No, I agree. We've completely moved beyond the main point.
Okay, I have to
as Adrianah also said, though, yes, the tweet wording was vague, which is the reason why we did not know. And Adrianah, if you want further clarification, like we talked about yesterday on stream, I was operating off of what chat was saying.
I have to correct you, Hasan. I have to correct you. The vague posting she was referring to was the dialogue her and I had on a separate post. Not the post between
was referring to Train.
Not the post between Miskiff and I, the post between her and I. That's what she's referring to as vague.
That was chatters bringing up additional context to help me understand what was going on. If you see my initial...
Even with the Train posting, I don't know where this clip is, but the Train posting, are you going to send Miz and Maya? Who knew about Miz? How did chatters know about Miz and Maya? You know what I mean? Like, how are chatters saying Miz and Maya? Oh, must be the AdrianahLee situation. And that's, but I'm not saying that you knew. I'm not saying that you knew, okay? And even if you did know, I don't fucking care. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people knew. Right? A lot of people knew.
But I didn't.
I think everything you said is very true. And I understand you wanting or feeling the need to have this information come out at a time where you're most likely to be believed. I'm sorry for the way that I reacted like was too mild for the situation given. I genuinely did not like properly understand what Train was accusing anyone of, for starters. I think victims should 100% be believed. And reading all of the things that have come out about him makes me feel so disheartened about this community and industry. Like, it can be so fucking shitty.
I just ended it on Twitch.
At the end of the day, how you feel and whether or not you're believed is what matters the most. Aside from that, I really like,
I agree.
Now, I don't know all the details. Even what Miz and Maya and etc. have gone through.
I must say this earlier, okay? She doesn't need back up about the timing of it, okay? But I want to reiterate about the timing of it. It was incredibly needed because I'm telling you, only me and Train and other people know this because we're in that call, okay? It was fucking insane. I don't care leaking it, okay? The amount of times he was asked to delete the tweet, to backpedal, to change whatever. I thought it was gonna go full backwards. There was even a plan about making him fucking having stuff on Train to make him delete it. It was bonkers.
Sorry, I don't
want to
Can you elaborate what you were talking about? So people were in a call with you and Train trying to get him to delete his tweet?
Yes. It wasn't about that initially, about the call.
Who are these people?
Okay, that's fucked up. Maybe you should be more mad about that. Like that is I'm mad about that.
Guys, let's stay on the point. Let's stay on the point. This is about her, about Adrianah and what happened to her. We are moving way we are moving way outside of that.
I think you guys brought up...
xQc, you're in the right. xQc, you're in the right. I'm just saying, like, do not let these other people try to redirect it to something else. This is about Adrianah right now. Do you understand me?
You know, I agree, but I do want to know if there were other additional people that were trying to silence you. I think that maybe that deserves a little bit more attention in this circumstance.
No, because what Train and what xQc are saying. Also, sorry, I wasn't completely listening to because I was trying to listen to this clip. What Train and xQc are saying is a lot of people in the same. I mean, I've witnessed it. I've lived through it. The last time that I came out about this thing, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like you're valid. Your feelings are valid, like you're so strong for coming out about this, and then boom, oh my god, Crazy Slick lover host. Oh my god, Crazy Slick, me and Elkova. It's like at the end of the day, it felt like goddamn, like sorry, I'm not a TikTok guy because Sienna May is getting a lot of heat for touching someone when they're unconscious, and apparently my abuser can just run free. So what they're trying to say is that the timing of this, no matter how weird you guys think it was, it had to be played out this way, because if it was any other way, people can sit there and they can say, oh, well, we're here for you. Oh, well, this is a shitty situation, because that's what they said in fucking June 2021. Everyone wanted to sit there and virtue signal and pretend that they were there for me and pretend that they were doing the right thing. And then 2 months later, when it was in the clear, everything just reverted back to normal. And you can hear so in the Miz clip where he says, everyone who didn't hang out with Slick still hangs out with him, blah, 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 blah. And then you could also see so in my thread of girls who are continuously got sexually harassed, numbers of them, by Slick, by trying to get nudes from them, sending dick pics to them, telling them that, hey, I'm jacking off. Like, this is a bigger thing than a lot of people realize.
Absolutely.
When I heard it was about Slick, I still didn't know any details. And I thought Train might have been leaking someone else's information or or what happened to them.
But do you see how you're giving
permission?
Originally, I originally thought you were literally saying Miskip was doing sexual assault.
But isn't that a little coincidental that in a moment when I'm saying something, okay, that's the time to say nothing, wait for the individual to come forward to give the worst
Train,
case.
It doesn't matter if it was you or someone else.
But you didn't give a benefit of the doubt. You assumed the worst, and you acted confused and as if this was already covered and it's not a big deal. Just say nothing. Sit there, say nothing if you know nothing, and wait to see what happens. Wait to gather your information. Do you understand? This idea that, oh, Train was vague posting, I didn't know. If you didn't know, then don't react. If you didn't know, then don't react.
No, I understand why people, Poki, I do accept your apology, but I understand why people are upset about the way you reacted in this clip, because it's kind of like you mocked it and like downplayed it and laughed at the end, which I know you didn't know anything, and that is okay, but in circumstances with any victim of sexual assault or harassment, because it's like you know, these things are very common for people. Any hint in what xQc was saying earlier, any hint of doubt, any whatever he said, fucking seed, I don't know what he said earlier. Like it's not beneficial to the situation because there are so many people, and I'm lucky enough that I'm strong enough to deal with this because a lot of people aren't, and that is okay. Because a lot of people will sit there and take someone's trauma and run with it and say, you're lying, you asked to do that. Oh, why'd you get so drunk? Why the fuck did you get so drunk? Well, that's how you are when you're drunk and you were all over that person. Oh, well, it's your fault. Next time, don't drink at a party. Or like literally, because when you are a victim of sexual harassment, assault, and you might be, any of you in this call might be, I do not know. But you sit there and you blame yourself. You sit there and you can't fucking sleep at night because you blame yourself, and you sit there and replay a situation over and over again to say, what the fuck should I have done different so this doesn't happen to me again? What the fuck should I have done different so this didn't fucking happen to me? And you can't, and you have fucking nightmares, and you can't even be with a partner again because you have nightmares. You're just cuddling your fucking partner in bed, and they just like spoon you, and all of a sudden you're dreaming of someone groping you, dreaming of someone touching you, and it's so fucking hard. And you guys, I don't know if you guys experienced this in the call, but this is just my perspective, and it's just, and that's why, like first of all, I don't know why like you guys are arguing about this without even like asking, you know, like what's Adrianah's perspective of this, first of all, and second of all, that's why people are so mad. That's why people are so mad, because that seed of doubt is not a joke to the audience. Like, yeah, fuck me, I'm going through it. I get Reddit comments every day of people telling me how I deserve to get touched in my sleep. But these people who go through sexual assault, these viewers who don't have fan bases to stick up for them, they deal with this in their hometowns, in their real life situations, in their fucking high schools. They don't deserve to see people that they look up to laugh at victims of sexual assault, whether you didn't know about it or not.
Well said.
I
That
agree.
is.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to go hard on these like random like collateral shit. It's just gonna.
Oh, it's okay. It's
Bro,
just
I don't
this
know.
is
To
this
me,
is about it's about
it's about her. It's about everything. It's just,
yes.
I just feel like today it came so close. I don't know.
Well, your points were correct. You understand? Like we talked about it, and you know, Adrianah came and talked about it, and I think she made her points very, very clear. And that's everything that we were saying. That's, if you don't know, don't dismiss. That initial dismissal is much more powerful. And I keep hearing it's not my intention. You guys know as creators, intention's irrelevant. It's the effect. You argue it yourselves all the time. You understand? Mm-hmm. So you need to do better. All of us do. And it's that simple. So Adrianah, thank you for coming to talk. And
yeah, if you want to say anything, I mean, you have the fucking podium.
I want to clarify one other additional thing. Adrianah, I want to apologize to you directly one more time. If my initial reaction in 2020 or back when this originally came to light, if that came across as being dismissive, because that was, I think, the clip that you were pointing to in your story, I apologize for that as well. Just know that in that full clip, I was still on, I just was operating off of your words. I'm sorry that I did not know that they were, those words were heavily pushed by social pressures. And I understand that now.
I also do want to say this. The fact that you're going through what you're going through and you had to come on in front of this many people, I think all of us owe you an apology for that.
Yeah, I think we all can.
Do you understand me? Because this is not the time with what you're going through to have to go through this. Just another stressful experience.
I understand that it is like obviously a stressful experience, but like this is something that it doesn't hurt right now to hear, like to see what people are saying about me, to hear it, because this is something that I've been going through silently.
Yeah.
For the past year, and that is the most painful experiences. This is nothing. Yep. The people who are defending Slick, people who are defending, bringing up random ass shit, is nothing compared to what I've dealt with in silence the past year.
Yep.
And everyone wants to say like, oh, like whatever, like you don't even care about this, whatever. Like Adrianah didn't even care about this. Like I brought up. Yes, the fuck I did. yes, the fuck, what the fuck was I supposed to say? Randomly just come on stream, say, hi guys, talking about my sexual assault, you know? And I sat there and cried in silence. I had to cry to my friends. And that's one of the reasons, like, so many people knew the story because I reached out to so many people for help to get the truth out. So many people. And it was dismissed by so many people because they didn't want to risk losing their career, which to a degree I understand. But it's one thing to stay civil with everybody. It's another thing to go suck someone's dick. You know what I mean? Just to get in the Ms. Kiff circle jerk. And ruin friendships that have been years long. Just because you want to get a little inch of clout. And it is just disgusting to me. And this is something that happens on every scale, whether it's popularity in high school, college, whatever, to many men and women who've been victims of sexual assault. So it's just something that I've been sitting on and marinating in for a year in so much pain. And for anybody saying, oh, she was just saying she's in pain, I have a private Twitter that has logs of me saying that I want to unalive myself because of the situation, and that I'm never going to fall asleep again because of the situation, and that I'm so scared to fall asleep because of all these situations. And I have really close friends who are also streamers who have my private Twitter who can back me up on that as well. So it's like, for all these people saying, she didn't even care about it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And Train didn't out anything. Me and Train have been... Train, do you mind if I read something that you said to me on September 11th of last year?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You said to me on September 11th, after we talked a little bit about the situation, you tell me what you need from me to feel in power again. I got you. I've been a lone wolf in the scene for a reason. I know how disgusting the PG-13 role model streamers can be. So anybody who's saying, he didn't have permission, we've been working through this. We've been talking about this situation. And he did help me tremendously. And I'm sick of everybody just trying to throw him under the bus for whatever narrative, just so you guys can find a way to defend Miz. Find a way to defend... They're using you, Adrianah. No, the fuck they're not. It's absolutely ridiculous.
We're not... For the record, I just want to clarify.
Maybe not you, Hasan, but I'm just reading my chat. But you can,
okay,
you can
perfect. I want to reiterate that I'm on your side on this, and that I'm not defending any other party in this circumstance.
Okay, I mean I understand that. I'm just glad that I could like clear it up because I just keep seeing you guys arguing back and forth about like something that I feel like
agreed
could have been clarified. And
I do apologize for taking away from the main point here, which is what you went through.
No worries.